Hi, this is Haste Kitchen, and over the next 6 episodes, I've teamed up with Rennie to look at the real science behind food. And what this means is I'm going to be filming recipes from Middle Eastern cuisine right the way through to London street food, and looking at all the things that actually happen with the science of our food when we start heating them up or mixing elements together. So we've got Sally here.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about some sciencey facts about cooking and about the ingredients that we're using. And with that little bit of extra sciencey knowledge and information, it'll give you tips and tricks as to how to make your cooking better.
This is what I love about doing this channel. We've got a bit of 80-20 going on today, and this is definitely the 20 bit. We've got a deep fat fried, harissa coated halloumi
with a dusting of sumac and a za'atar and lemon yogurt dressing.
First up, we've got ourselves 2 decent sized blocks of halloumi, and quite simply, we're just going to cut them straight down the middle, and then we're going to cut them into little chips.
Halloumi is known as a squeaky cheese, of course. That's because it's got long protein strands in it that rub against the enamel of your teeth when you're eating it.
Is that what it is
Yeah.
Now, I always find that halloumi is quite a bland cheese, so I like to try and get some flavour in there as well. So for this, we're going to put some spice in there. We've got some harissa paste. So a lot of these ingredients we're using today are Middle Eastern. We're making it almost like, there's a place in London, it's called Dinorama. They do like things like top burger chains, top lamb dishes, top vegan dishes, and these, which is like a really interesting Middle Eastern take on the halloumi fries. So we're going to take one of these, dip it into the harissa paste, into the flour. So into your deep fat fryer, we're going in at about 180 Celsius on this one. I'm going to cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes.
So if we'd done that with normal cheese, that would have just melted everywhere and made a complete mess of the fryer. Halloumi's special because there's only a handful of cheeses like halloumi, paneer that don't melt when you heat them up. And that's because acid in cheese, so often you'll use acid to curdle the curds and whey when you separate it. That acid helps the milk proteins to slide over each other at high temperatures and melt. But halloumi, they don't use acid when they're making it. You make halloumi by heating the curds and whey to
I always
separate
wondered
them.
that, why it didn't sort of like pull out and go like a
Stringy
cheese, yeah.
It's because those proteins can't slide over each other and form those strings.
Interesting.
Yeah, bit of science for you.
That. Right, so what are you going to do over here?
Yeah, so whilst that's cooking up, it's going to be quite spicy with the harissa paste, so we're going to make a nice yogurt dressing, but it's going to have some za'atar in it. Because we're going a little bit fancy and Middle Eastern.
Za'atar?
Za'atar, and za'atar has sumac in it, which is a berry that tastes a bit like lemons, because it's what Middle Easterns used to use before the Romans introduced
Lemons.
But it's also quite strong, so we're only going to use quite a small amount. So you're just going to dust a bit in here. And then we're going to add about 3/4 or so of lemon juice as well.
Now, it's a great variation of this dish because you've got a super heat element from the harissa itself, and this yogurt really balances as well with its lemony sort of zesty flavour. So they've been in there for about 4 to 5 minutes. You can see how lovely and crunchy they've gone.
So there's quite a lot of fat in this dish, and fat is quite difficult for the stomach to digest, and so the stomach will produce more stomach acid. And if you have got lots and lots of stomach acid, that extra acidity is what leads to things like indigestion and heartburn.
So we're going to grab ourselves a bowl.
Oh, you can hear the crispiness. Oh my God.
And onto that, we're going to go in with a very small sprinkling of
sumac.
Yes. So it's going to give it that lemony sort of citrusy taste again, counteract some of the heat, and then we've got the beautiful sort of zesty flavour from the yogurt as well. So very light dusting, just over the top, and then give that a good shimmy.
So what can you do if you can't find sumac?
Sumac can be pretty much found in most of your big supermarkets these days. Yeah, just in your spice aisle. So that's got a lovely little coating on there. You can hear how crunchy they've gone, which is what you're looking for. And let's serve this one up. So in true, authentic street food style, we've used one of our little boxes. Decent portion of those in the box. Now we're going to start dressing these up. This is where it gets slightly different and a little bit more interesting. We have got some pomegranate molasses, which I've just thinned down with a little bit of water. So a little coating of this just over the top.
Drizzle.
A little tiny sprinkle just for that extra bit of kick of some chili seeds. So can we go on with the yogurt?
Yep.
Some pomegranate seeds, which just give you that lovely little sweetness and a little bit of crunch across there as well.
If only they'd invented a way that you could smell through YouTube, because the smell's great.
Right, we've got some fresh coriander and some fresh mint. These two together is what really works perfectly for this dish. Do you want to try one?
I'd love to. Oh my God, it's so crispy.
So what do you think?
Oh, it's so good, but I just stuffed my mouth with it.
So this is what I love about these sort of type of recipes. You've got to get that balance right on flavours. It's really simple to overpower this. Yeah, it's a bit naughty, we know that, but sometimes you've got to have a little bit of naughtiness in life. That is our deep fat fried harissa coated halloumi.
With a dusting of sumac and a zesty lemon and za'atar yogurt dressing.
I mean, come on. Get recreating this one. If you do, hashtag me as Haste Kitchen as always. If you want to know more about Rennie, click in the description box down below, which takes you straight through to their website, and we'll see you again in a few weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.